Welcome back to the Wizard Weekly, where we talk about everything in gaming. And I gotta say, modern gaming, to me, it feels like most of it is just correcting the wrongs from these studios past of, all their older generation of consoles, because most of what we see nowadays is just remasters and remakes, obviously, to take advantage of new hardware that we didn't have at the time of these original consoles. But also, a company like Nintendo, they're never going to skip out on the chance to charge full price for a game as many times as possible, with never a discount, because why the fuck not? And Nintendo is doing this yet again, like they've done for most of the Switch's lifespan, in releasing a remaster for this time the Xenoblade Chronicles X game that came out in 2015 exclusively for the Wii U. Years being shackled to arguably Nintendo's worst console ever. And this re-release remaster is scheduled to come out on March 20th of 2025, so we got a little bit of time before we can actually play this game. But people are just really excited and hyped as hell for Xenoblade Chronicles X, because like I said, it was an exclusive to a console that many people do not care to go back and own, even though the Wii U is cheap as hell right now. So if you do want to get one, now's the time. The console might be ass, but look at that box. That shit is amazing. That might be like top 5 boxes of all time. If you don't want the console, at least get the box to put in your room somewhere. Anyways, like Nintendo was done in the past with the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition that came out in 2020 or 2019, I can't remember. They're once again re-releasing this game at the $59.99 price tag, and now fans that might not have ever experienced this amazing title will be able to experience it on modern hardware as one of the last, sunsetting games of the Nintendo Switch's lifespan before we get to Switch 2. Now, personally, my only experience with the Xenoblade Chronicles series is with the first one, Xenoblade Chronicles on Wii, and I really enjoyed that game at that time. Back then, that was when I was really just playing games as a kid. I didn't really care for story much, so I didn't really get too much into it, and I unfortunately sold it off a long time ago, so I can't even play it now. But I can definitely say that Xenoblade was one of the first ever RPG type games that I ever experienced, and back then I didn't really like the whole all those menus on the screen type of gameplay. But after playing Final Fantasy X like a year or two ago, man, my whole perspective on that shit has changed, because now it seems like that's all I play. I love turn-based gameplay. So yeah, this spin-off Xenoblade title is a fan favorite for many, and people are actually kind of sentimental about its releasing outside of being happy for it, because it's one of the last, if not the last, Wii U exclusive that we even have to be ported over to modern hardware. Is it the last? I don't think so, because 3D Mario World got ported, and that's a big one that I remember. Oh yeah, there was Nintendo Land. Remember this shit? I guess if there's anyone out there yearning for a Nintendo Land game on the Switch or the Switch 2, I mean, there's still this. And there was that trash Wii Resort spin-off game, Wii Sports Club, whatever you had, the one we had to pay just to play online and all that. You might not find the best games outside of the ones that they already ported to newer consoles, but at least the Wii U was a fun console. Just holding the tablet in 2013, 2014 was fun for its time. But again, I don't understand why. What the fuck? $20 for the case only, $60 for a complete. Yeah, you guys have actually lost your mind. Like, what the heck? Anyways, Xenoblade Chronicles X seems like a fun game, and glad this is going to be coming to the Switch finally. Moving on, the PlayStation 5 Pro is finally going to be coming out on November 7th, which freaking the time span between this thing getting announced and now about to come out, it seems like it was just a freaking time warp. I promise it was none of my magic. Like, I didn't cast a spell or anything. That's just time being freaking crazy. Anyways, those that got the pre-order in for this console, because it hadn't sold out yet or still wants to pre-order this thing, like I said, it's coming out on the 7th, and Sony has finally did the liberty of finally showcasing what's going to be inside this console as far as specs, and even giving it a full list of all the PlayStation enhanced games that they detailed on the showcase at launch that is going to be able to take advantage of the PS5 Pro's PSSR with its super resolution and having up to 60 and 120 hertz frame rates, which this list is pretty decent. Obviously any PlayStation first party studio game that you'll want is here, like Demon Souls or God of War Ragnarok. But there's even a bunch of sleeper games that I didn't even expect to get this kind of support from PlayStation, like Professional Spirits Baseball. What the hell is that? I've never heard of this game at all, and apparently it's Konami developed. Yeah, look, that's developed by Konami. I've never heard of this before in my life, and it's unavailable in my region on Steam. That's all right. But yeah, we got a bunch of sleeper titles like, you know, Enlisted, Kayak VR, Lots of P, Lords of the Fallen. I don't even know why they bought it with that one. And as far as the specs go, we got all the basic things that, you know, the leaks that we've seen in the past couple of months were pointing at what this console having, like the 8-core, 16-thread CPU, 16 T-flop powered GPU, and obviously AMD powered, 16 gigs of memory, the 2 terabytes that they were flaunting this professional console is going to have, which is really a standard that all consoles should have, because holy hell, these games are freaking monuments. 390 watts power consumption and 3.1 kilograms of weight. Now, funny enough, they also showed a comparison of all the current PlayStation versions. You know, obviously we have the launch PlayStation 5, which is my favorite out of the bunch, the PlayStation Slim, and now the PlayStation 5 Pro, which, you know, got this little knee pad shit going on here. But what's your favorite version so far, man? Obviously, as far as efficiency, I like the PlayStation 5 Slim, but my favorite design is the original PS5. You know, I like all launch versions of, you know, every console. You know, I like the PlayStation 3 Fat, even with all its issues. I like the launch version of Xbox 360 with those issues as well. But I think the Pro also looks, you know, decent too. There's something about this plain white. It's not, I don't feel it. I'd rather have like a gray color or, you know, something else, or silver. I don't know. But yeah, the PS5 Pro coming soon at Peg all of your, you know, local shelves, because barely anybody's gonna be buying this shit. And lastly, for today, it's time we, you know, continue our search for some of the most nostalgic things that the Grand Wizard has to keep archived for future reference. And that means we're going back into, once again, the folder of the nostalgic collection like last time. Now, I found a bunch of new photos since the last time we did this, and let's go over a few of them. Here we go. Now, this is more 2006, 7-ish. You know, we got the Nintendo GameCube. When was the last time you seen a GameCube game case, bro? That's crazy. It's funny because I did see like a couple Reddit threads recently where some Walmarts, you know, their freaking employees don't really give a shit, so they still have like the old Wii, Xbox, and even some like PlayStation 2, you know, banners on their game section even now in 2024. And I just think that that's beautiful. You know, they should keep it like that. But let's see these GameCube games, because I don't even see any GameCube. It's all Wii. Maybe they did that in this picture too. Like, they didn't bother to take it down the GameCube games because they just didn't give a shit. Because like all I see here are DS games. So I guess this is maybe more like 2008-ish, maybe. Let's see. Let's judge by the games that we got here. I can barely even make any of these out. I see the Spider-Man game. Which Spider-Man game is this in this? That was like the Amazing Spider-Man from like 2012 or 13. Hold on, let me time to do some Googling, guys. Oh my god, how could I forget this game? Dude, Friend or Foe was the only Spider-Man game that I ever had on my PSP, bro. How did I not recognize that? Well, I never had the box, you know. I got those games secondhand from a dude at school. And, you know, host other story. But yo, this game is hard to tell to come by now. Web of Shadows is freaking, it's one of those, you know, older Activision games that just are ridiculous on secondhand markets. You know, like I showed y'all with the Wii U Sports Club, people just charge insane prices, doing the same thing for these shits. But Friend or Foe was a good ass game. You had to recruit all of the Spider-Man villains. That was so good. Spider-Man 3 is a classic game and movie. But yeah, this is the Spider-Man game that I was referencing earlier. This Amazing Spider-Man for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. It's a really good game. You know, people don't really talk about it that much, but it's pretty fun. But yes, the days where we had the bottom shelf was stocked of PlayStation 2s, PlayStation 3s, Wii consoles, and now it's just freaking. They don't barely even have these. Well, they still have these in Walmarts, but Target, it's all just like a wall of, it ain't even games, it's just the cards to redeem the codes for the games. And, you know, even those most of the time are empty. So, you know, yeah, this is crazy. I wonder what this note says. It's probably something about stealing. People were freaking, I don't want to give up the methods or incriminate anybody, but I knew back a lot of kids would show up to school with just the disc. So that was something. So I don't even know how they did that, because most of the time they didn't even have the disc in the case. But you know, this is what. All right, now this one right here, this one is enough to you know, pull on my heartstrings, because, bro, you guys don't know how many hours I spent on the Minecraft tutorial world on the PlayStation 3. Now, this was before I even, got into my whole Minecraft phase, because I really wanted to play the game on console, because up to that point, I was playing the Pocket Edition, which was ass. And, I asked my mom for the console edition. She bought it for me. I was happy as hell. I got into this on my Minecraft Wizard Therapy video. If you guys want to check that out, tell the whole story about that. But yeah, let's move on. Now, unfortunately, I don't really have too many blockbuster memories myself. The only one I had was like towards like late in its lifespan, like 2009 or even 10, I think, because I remember me and my mom, my sister, we went into here and we got Transformers, because I remember they had a Transformers toy that I bought that day. I still got it with me too. It's somewhere in one of these closets in my house. But yeah, that's all I really remember from Blockbuster. Apparently my mom and my sister went there a lot, when I was younger, but I do not remember this store much. I just remember the yellow walls and, like I said, getting Transformers. But they even had games in here. I did not know that. Then this has to be, this is way back in the day. So we got NBA Heat 2000 I think that's 2002. NASCAR. They don't even make NASCAR games anymore, do they? I know they make F1 games and shit like that. But dude, there's so many IPs that EA abandoned, like the freaking the football. What is it? The street football, street basketball. Like, dude, EA needs to come back with all that shit, dude. That was so cool on the older consoles. Oh my god, they got a console of Kingdom Hearts. I wonder how much that's going for nowadays, complete in box for PlayStation 2. But yeah, man, it's sad that we just don't even have stores dedicated to DVDs and shit no more, since it's all digital. But luckily, I know you guys probably have seen in the algorithm, people are telling people to buy physical media, because like these prices for subscriptions are going up towards what cable used to be, or it still is. But the reason people even left cable was because of these subscriptions, but now they ain't even convenient no more. So I definitely think that there is going to be a resurgence in physical media, especially like DVDs and stuff. But will it ever get to something like this? Not for games, I don't think so. I just don't think it's ever going to be like this for games, since you can only store so much memory on a disc, which these multi-gigabyte games nowadays, just unless you want to have like 15 discs, it's not happening. Okay, this is even nostalgic or anything. I don't even know if this is like a real place or like some sort of movie set, but it gave me Fruit of Erica vibes, so I had to get it. Fruit of Erica for life. Can't forget this. But they took from us. And lastly, we got this vintage photo from 2011 where Modern Warfare 3's launch, which was a really controversial game. Looking back on it, for like, as far as reception goes, but I enjoyed Modern Warfare 3, the story at least. I didn't really play too much in multiplayer, but are they even in line for Modern Warfare 3 or Skyrim? Because that was a big ass game that came out that year too. So I don't know. Yeah, it's Modern Warfare 3. Jesus, dude, look at all of this, bro. Back in 2020, this would have been a hazard. Everybody would have got freaking arrested. I will give props to GameStop. A lot of their stores still mostly look like this. Obviously not with, 360 games like how it has here, mostly like, new Xbox and PlayStation stuff. And these little like kiosk things, or whatever you want to call these stands, this is all like merch now. And, just Hello Kitty and Marvel and shit. But, for the most part, the stores still do look the same pretty much. Look at his braids. It just look tight as hell even from here in this freaking low resolution photo. This is crazy. What is this? Is this some sort of like online game? Like IMVU? Oh, it's Zynga. Zynga is a Take-Two property now. They bought them out. They're making mobile games and stuff. So I wonder what this is for. I never played this game before. Let's see. Yeah, this is really cool, dude. Under 25. What's this in the background? What's that? Is that I can't tell what that is. Is that like a gaming accessory, like a wheel or something? I don't know. Universe. Oh, what the hell happened to this? This is like a Disney Toys to Life game or something. I remember this briefly, but I don't even remember what the hell it was. Like what it was exactly. Yeah, this is amazing. Freaking people just filing in here. It's like a club in here, damn near. All right, and that's the nostalgia collection that I'm going to share with for today. We'll come back some other time. If you enjoyed the Black Man video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.